Hi everyone, it's Michelle from Holiday Cards again. Today it's Wednesday. I'm back. You guys are going to get sick of seeing me, I'm sure of it. I just thought we had so much fun yesterday. Why not do another one? And we're going to make another Christmas card. We're using a completely different set of products today. And I've got some people watching, so let me just get the iPad organised. I do like to see who's stopping by to say hello, so I can see comments. And Mumsy's here. Excellent. Oh, well, we can carry on. Mumsy's here. Hey, Linda's here. Woohoo. Okay, my two besties. Right, well then let's carry on. Okay, it looks like everybody can see okay. Deborah's here. Hello, Deborah. So today we're going to be using the Joyous Noel suite. Quite a few products. Basically everything on this page except for those. We're going to use that stamp set, those papers, the glimmer paper, that gorgeous ribbon, and the sprig punch. And again, I think I know what I'm going to make. So fingers crossed it goes well. I think I'm organised. I think I have everything I need in front of me. I've taken up just about every inch of this table. Good news, found my paper piercer. This went MIA yesterday. Turns out it was on the floor, under the table. I'm going to blame the cat. Talking of which, Tiger probably won't be making an appearance. He's asleep in my office. And Jerry has just woken up, but I've put him outside. You love this suite. Yes, me too. The colours in it are stunning. So the colours are copper, which I love, grey granite, Merry Merlot, Sahara sand, soft suede, tranquil tide, and wistful white. I love anything with copper in it. This glimmer paper, yummy, can't get enough of it. So if you want to make me happy, just buy me glimmer paper. Doesn't take much to make me happy. These cards here are just stunning. They're gorgeous with this stamp set in those colours. I love the colour combination. Okay, so let's just put this aside. And also I was talking with Belinda yesterday, and after yesterday's video, and embossing came up, in particular heat embossing, and Belinda mentioned that, okay, sure, Deborah, no problem. Belinda mentioned that she's having a bit of trouble with embossing. She hasn't quite got the confidence with the heat embossing. So I said, oh, don't need to ask me twice. I'll do a video. So I found this card and that I wanted to case, and I went, yep, okay, I'm going to make that, and I'm just going to change it up a bit. So I've got it in my head. Here's hoping I can get it right. So that's the glimmer, and that's the papers. We'll just put all these products to one side. And let's get the card going. Let's get started. I'm sure you're all busy people. What am I doing? Okay, so again, I've just, hey Belinda. Hello Donna. Thanks for stopping in. Cut an A4 sheet in half like I showed you yesterday. I've got the other half somewhere. That's my scrap piece because I'm going to do a layer, and I'm scoring this at 10.5 straight down the middle. That's my base done. Actually, I might get rid of this. We don't need this. If you need the code, you guys know where to find it, or you can ask me for it. Okay, so let's see. I just want to make sure I'm centered. I was a little bit off in yesterday's video. I like to be in the middle. I set the camera up differently, and now it's thrown me out. Okay, so it sounds like you guys can hear me properly. Where's my ruler? Now I'm going to do a layer, and I'm going to make this one a smidgen under 4 and a smidgen under 5.75. That's inches. I'll go 5.75 and a smidgen under 4. Yeah, that looks good. About there. Eyeball it. I'm not exact. Who's got time to be exact? Okay. And that, it'll pass. What do you think? Hello, Christy. Hello again. You stopped in yesterday and you helped me with yesterday's card. Wasn't it fun? I just had so much fun. I had so much feedback from yesterday's card making video. And then when Belinda said that she wanted to see some embossing, I thought, oh, I can't help myself. We had so much fun. It was actually really good. So I went, yeah, I've got to do that again. They were busy. They didn't know that you were busy watching me. Well, I'm sure you filled them in, Deborah. Say, excuse me, how rude. I'm busy watching Michelle, so go away. So that's going to go on there like that. Now, I'm just going to pull in some Whisper White. What did I say that was? 3 and a bit. 3 and a bit. Oh, I don't like that corner. I think that was 3 and a bit. I needed about the same. No, I've cut that too short. Need it the same width as that. I'm going to put a white piece across here. I think it was about there. Oh, look at that. That looks about right. Okay, and what thickness do I want to go? I think I'll go 2.5. And again, I'm guessing. I don't have exact measurements for this card. That's going to go on there like that. Yeah, could do with coming down, but now we're going to grab some of that yummy. This is Joyous Noel Specialty Designer Paper. That's okay, Belinda, no problem. Husbands ring at the worst time, don't they? Mine's out at the moment. That's just wonderful. See, this is why I do my videos. When he's out, I've got the house to myself and the animals are under control. Then I can sit and do a video. So as you can see with this paper, it's got the copper foiling on it. So it's a bit, that piece, there we go. Each pattern on one side has that shiny shimmery. Yeah, it's showing up on the camera. And that side, those patterns are just plain. And I want a blingy side. I was going to use that, but I think it's going to be too much of the grey granite. Yeah, I love it too. Stunning. I love my paper. I'm really drawn to that piece. So it looks like that's the piece we're using. And put that lot aside. So we'll go 4 and a bit again. That should be right. Yep. For this piece, I only want the white. Thanks, Linda. I only want the white to show the top and the bottom. So I'm going to cut this piece. If that was 2.5, that was 2.5, wasn't it? Yep. I think I'll make it. Okay. We'll go that way. That's not enough white showing. Oh. No, actually, that's enough. I started with that because I thought if I want more white to show, I can just trim off more paper. If you trim off too much, you got to cut another piece. You can't put it back on. So you can feel a nice card coming up. Yeah, me too. Me too. Well, the one encasing was absolutely gorgeous. And And I thought, oh, I just see cards and I go, oh my goodness, I have to make that. Like, that's just stunning. Now I'm going to keep your scraps of white, your offcuts. Hello, Sherry. Thanks for stopping in again. It's me again. I'm sorry if the light's not too crash hot. It's cloudy outside today. And I don't want to turn the big light on. I've got a big LED light above me. The camera actually hangs underneath the light. So if I turn the light on, it's going to cast a shadow. And I've got the heat gun plugged in to that particular PowerPoint. Oh, here we go. The sun's coming out. This is good. I talk to myself all the time while creating too. The sun is shining in Sydney. Oh, lovely. You can get used to this daily crafting. Yes, me too. The problem is you guys will get sick of seeing me. Be like, oh, Michelle, again? Really? Okay. So I like to get all my elements organised, cut, lay the card out before I put everything down, just in case. Now, Mary Merlot and Copper reversible ribbon. That is this one here. Yum, yum, yum. Everyone's going, nah. Just you wait. If I did a week of live videos, you'd be like, I'm sick of listening to her. I want to go and listen to someone else. Okay. So the reversible ribbon, this is Mary Merlot on one side. So that's just the new colour in the Neutrals collection. It's like a really nice burgundy, and that side's not shiny. And that is the copper side, so it's a little bit shiny. And I'm thinking I really want the copper side. And I'm definitely going to clean up that end because I can't have frayed ends. And I'm thinking of just putting a random piece just across there like that. And as you can see, precise measurement. That was really well measured, wasn't it? Nothing fancy here. Let's do it, you reckon? Oh, Vicky's joined. One of my girls is here. Hello, Vicky. Thanks for stopping in. It's a little bit earlier today because I've got a feeling Paul's going to be home earlier today than yesterday. We can't have boys coming home ruining our crafting video. That's just not on. Okay. So that's going to have to be very carefully positioned. I think I might have to use liquid glue to do that piece. Putting it together could be interesting. Under pressure to get everything straight. That's going to go across there. Now what I might do is get these two. I'm going to use the sprig punch. For those of you that aren't familiar, lock the door. He's got keys. Morning, Sandy. Thanks for stopping in. For those of you that aren't familiar with our punches, they lock. So they're nice and easy and safe to store. I'm just going to punch a couple of these out. You do need a little bit of muscle for this part. And I always do it upside down so I can see what I'm punching. Just a habit I got into when I stamp an image and then I use the coordinating punch. Obviously, you want to line the stamped image up perfectly in the punch. Not that it matters today, but I don't know whether to use... Okay, I need your input, girls. I'm thinking I want to use two colours of these because how this is going to go is that's going to be flat on there when I can get it to sit flat. I'm going to... That might be a bit big. Might have to use the other one. I don't know if that's going to be about big enough. That's interesting. I've got a sentiment I want to stamp in there. I'm going to show Belinda how to emboss. That's going to get die cut with the stitched framelits dies. That's going to go there. And then I want a couple of sprigs coming out. But I want another colour with... Everyone's going gold. 3 gold. Okay, 3 votes gold. Righto. It's actually not gold. It's copper. Copper. I'm pretty sure. So I'll just take it that that's what you guys meant. Okay, and we'll just put the glimmer aside. So I'll line all this up again. That ribbon's driving me nuts. Might actually be time to stick some stuff down, I think. Yep, I think so. All right, let's get some stuff stuck down. Where's my snail? My good old trusty Stampin' Up snail. There's no particular amount for how much you have to use with your snail, putting your layers down. Doesn't really matter. Whatever takes your fancy, however you like to do it, and everyone's different, so it doesn't matter. As long as it's stuck and it doesn't come off, which is probably why I go a little bit overboard. I want to make sure that it's not coming off. Okay, and this one, I can probably get away with using the snail on this piece, but boy, I'm going to have to be careful. Because if you use snail, once you put one corner down, if you're not quick enough, it's not maneuverable, whereas the glue is. So I might have actually gotten lucky that time. Don't use the whole snail. I'm always stockpiling these, always. So when I accidentally muckabilly, and if you don't know what muckabilly is, I forget the language. Kylie was telling me it's basically their word for accidental spending. So when I muckabilly on a Stampin' Up order and I earn myself some freebies, I get my snail. Because quite often I hear people say, oh, the snail's too expensive, you know, I'd rather use glue, I get more out of it, it's cheaper. Again, use whatever you like. You don't have to use this. You can use this, you can use double-sided tape, whatever rocks your boat, doesn't really matter. I'm just a lover of snail. Normally, I wouldn't use glue on DSP. I'm a little bit worried about it marking, so I'm just going to be... If you use too much, it can actually show through the pattern of the paper. So I'm just going to be really, really careful on how much I put on. And I'm just going to have to eyeball this. But see, the good thing about glue is you can sort of maneuver it around until it grabs. You've got a little bit of play, whereas snail's instant. You haven't, and I haven't put too much on, so it's not squeezing out the sides, which is good. That's actually come out nicely. What do you reckon so far, girls? How does it look? I'm really not happy with that end. My end's afraid. Isn't that gorgeous paper, Deborah? Like, it's stunning. Absolutely stunning. Oh, thanks, Linz. Spot on. Excellent. Good. I'm glad I'm on track. Just a little bit worried I'm not going to see all that much. This is the stamp set, Peaceful Noel. I want to use this sentiment here. So let me just... You're afraid not? Oh, Linda's cracking funnies already. Goodness me. I thought I was bad with the jokes. Linda, did you have a joke book for breakfast, love? So I'm going to stamp this on just a scrap piece of white. Yes, that is a bit big for that sentiment. I wonder if I can get away with the smaller circle. I wonder. Oh, no, that's too small. That is way too small. Yeah. Bugger. All right, we could always try a punch. I wonder if the circle punch would do. All right, let me just get out one of the circle punches. Only problem is it won't be stitched. That's the only problem. No, that's too small. The 2-inch might do it, but it's going to be awfully close. So I might have to stamp that a couple of times and see which one works better. Otherwise we could have a bit of a incident like yesterday where it takes a bit of audience participation to work it out. Okay, I'm thinking I need to get this stuck down. I'm wondering if I use, I might get away with snail actually. See if I can get some snail on there neatly. Yeah, gets a bit sticky. Just as well, I don't mind getting sticky. Okay. Well, that's not. Oh, okay, excellent. That's turned out lovely. Still fraying on the ends. Okay. Oh, I hate that. I hate that. I'd take a lighter to it, but knowing my luck, I'll singe my eyebrows. Go the stitched one, you reckon? We're about ready for that. Actually, we are up to that. So now, Belinda, this is the part you'll be interested in. They'll go on later. So this is the embossing part. So I am going to make a little bit of noise. Okay. Make sure you have a scrap piece of paper underneath for the powder. Good thing is, because we're stamping on scrap, there's no need to stamp in a, you know, particular millimeter spot, which is good. Now, I suppose, oh no, I was going to say, I suppose I need to choose an ink color, but no, we're embossing. So, because I'm using copper embossing powder, we stamp in Versamark. Okay, now the first thing we do, take that lid off, take that lid off, and pray we don't spill anything anywhere. This will be interesting. Embossing buddy. This, you just wipe over, yeah, I go a bit nuts with it. Wipe over the surface that you're stamping on. If you have a Versamark pad, I use a tiny bit of clear nail polish to stop fraying. Oh, it's a good idea. Oh, glossy accents. Yes, I know that stuff. I think I've got a bottle of that somewhere. It's always good to keep your Versamark pad clean. So in other words, if you're using Versamark to emboss with a coloured ink pad, you would always put your stamp in this first and then in the coloured ink pad and then stamp. We're not doing that today. I've seen some Versamark impacts and like they've got, they look like that. They're disgusting, whereas I'm like, and some people have, some stampers have a clean one and then a dirty one. I just prefer to keep mine completely clean of ink. So we shouldn't have any colour. The only problem with this is it's going to be a little bit difficult to see. Now, the point of that is it's anti-static. It's going to prevent powder getting to basically everywhere else but where you want it. It's going to ensure that the powder only sticks to the stamped image. So that's why it's very important to put this down first. Wipe it over, give it a tap. I don't think I've ever had a problem with putting too much on. I don't think there's such a thing. Hello, Kathy. My neighbour's here. She's watching. Okay. And this is going to be really hard to tell how well inked that is. So now, because you're die cutting it, we can't stamp it right to the edge. We need enough room for the die to go around. So I'm going to put it about there. And I didn't put my mat down to stamp on. That's okay. This should do the trick. I knew I'd forget something. Okay, pull it up. You may be able to see it's there. I don't think that one's neat. I might need to do it again. And while it's wet, pour your powder on. Shake it off. Actually, that's turned out really neat. Okay. And as you can see, the embossing buddy has worked really well. The powder has only stuck to the stamped image. If you didn't put the embossing buddy down, this thing, and defer it, I know what I'm trying to say, it's not coming out, anti-static it, that sounds better, first, you get bits all around where you don't want bits. We only want the powder on the stamped image. Now, I am going to make a little bit of noise. Before I do that, let's get this powder away, because when I turn the heat gun on, we don't want to make a mess and blow stuff everywhere. Put the lid back on that. We should be done with that. Okay, now this is the bit where it gets hot. Be careful with your fingers. Okay, keep your fingers out of the way. Don't hold it too close, you'll burn the paper, all right? And watch it go off. There it goes. Done. Once you see it start to change and it goes off, then I normally just do a wave like that, just to make sure you really set it, and it's done. Oh yes, use your tweezers to hold it. Yep. So like that. That's another good way too. I don't know how many times I've burnt my fingers. Oh, lost my tweezers. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's given just a nice raised edge now, and that's all there is to embossing, Belinda. That's it. It's easy as. It does take a little bit of practice, so just make sure you've got your scrap down for your powder. Use a scrap piece to stamp on. I would suggest use your Versamark, and then that way you can use any colour embossing powder you want. You don't have to have a particular coloured ink. Tap it really, really well in your Versamark. Pop it on, and normally I would, because it's a photopolymer stamp set, I should have put that down first with your scrap and then your card. So this will help with a really nice crisp image because you've got something spongy underneath. Pick it up, and you've got plenty of time. You don't have to hurry to the heat gun. The Versamark's not going to dry in a hurry. That's why it's great for embossing. And just put the cap back on everything and the lids on everything. Put that to one side. Hold it like maybe Christy suggested, with a pair of tweezers or something, or your fingers in this corner, and hold it about that far away from the heat and wave it. I try not to keep it still in case it burns the card in that spot, and you'll see it change. Just don't keep the heat on it too close and for too long, and you're done. You have everything except the Versamark. Well, we have it, so whenever you're ready, that's another thing you can add to your list or add to your order. Now, we're going to, you know what I could do? I just thought, girls, I had a brainwave. Quick. Actually, I should clean that. That's got Versamark on it. Let's quickly clean that stamp set. Okay, that's done. Rather than the circle, what about the oval? Would that be better? I didn't want something too big because I want some of that ribbon to show. Ooh. Next order. Okay. Do you reckon I'd get away with that? I'd hate to cut it, and I don't, because then I have to emboss again. You like the oval? Yeah, I just thought, because I think the circles just aren't going to do it for me. They're too big, and I think, okay, everyone's going the oval. Okay, but what size oval? Do I go that size and make it a little bit bigger? Or do I go that size? Go back to the bigger one. Kathy likes the oval. You reckon that one, Belinda? Linda says the bigger one. Okay, everyone's liking the oval. Deborah says the oval. Linda, Belinda, Deborah. Okay, everyone's going the bigger size. Righto, bigger it is. Christy says oval. Put the oval on your card and see if you like it. Well, yeah, actually that's a good idea. Yeah, I do. I'm going to have the same problem though. We're not going to see much of the ribbon, but that's okay. I'm just going to have to live with that. All right, let's cut this out. I've got all my dies everywhere. Let's put these back. I'm a bugger for putting everything away and cleaning up as I go. This way, I sort of think, well, if I do that, I won't lose anything. I hear these horror stories about people going, oh, I went to use this stamp set I haven't used for 6 months, and I've got 2 stamps in there that are missing, and I don't know where they are, and I'm like, oh, I'd be beside myself. I turned the house upside down looking for them. That's what I'd do. Okay, let's bring the big shot over. Let's plonk this. No, I've got to put one of those down first. Actually, we'll put the nicer... No, we won't. We'll put that plate down. I've just realised the top one's cracked. Okay, everyone likes the bigger oval. Righto, bigger oval it is. The voting is in. The results are in. I'm just going to use a bit of tape just to hold that there because I don't want it to move. And then we just... Oh! Crack, crunch. It's okay. It's the top plate cracking again. Yep. This top plate isn't actually a Stampin' Up plate. Someone I know with a clever husband bought some acrylic sheets and cut me some plates and then beveled the edges, which is great, but unfortunately this acrylic isn't the same quality as the Stampin' Up acrylic, and after a few goes they crack. So yeah, I don't particularly have the heart to tell him because he'd sort of surprised me with them, and I went, oh, that's really nice and you've saved me some money. And I don't want to go back to him and go, oh no, they're horrible, they don't work. So I figure, you know what, I'll just use them until they crack. It's all good. Okay, Christy's missing a die right now that you need for an order and can't find it and you're not happy. Oh no, that would just break me. Yeah, you'll have to do a different one. Time for plan B. That's true. Go big, and if you're not happy, I can always cut it down with the smaller one. Now, where's the card? There we go. Me likey. What do you girls reckon? That's what it's going to look like. Yeah. Sherry's onto something there. I'm a good wife. Who says? I'm not. I'm a meanie. It wasn't actually my husband that made them. No, I wasn't meaning Paul. Oh, goodness, no. If only. I ask him to do something and it takes 6 months to get it done. Oh, no, it's a friend's husband. And he just said, oh, those plates are so expensive. I've never thought any more of it. Next thing I know, she's popping around and she went, oh, he made you these. And I'm like, and he made me like 3 sets of plates. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Just to help save me money. Oh, don't put your money on plates. So I was like, oh, wow. No, that's okay. No, don't apologise. Oh, if Paul made them, they would be great, but he would get really particular about them because everything has to be perfect. And they'd be like fantastic, but, you know, I'm just like, oh. And it's not like I asked this guy to make them for me. He just showed up with them. So I just thought it was really nice. Just goes to show you how resourceful and clever people are. Okay. So I'm thinking these, they're like that. Something like that. Like, you know, we'll work out the placement like that. Oh, and I've got some thread. We'll do a messy pattern. Everyone says it looks good. Oh, yay. Excellent. Okay, so with my thread, when I want to do a messy thread thing, I don't know if any of you guys have seen this done. I love it. I can't remember who the first person was that I saw that did this. I think it might have been Sam at Pootles. There's no particular way of doing it. That is somehow, like, I'll stick it down and do it properly. But that's going to get laid there. that's going to be on top. And I'll make it so you can see the thread properly. It's going to stick out the sides. And then these down here. And then I'm thinking some of those, but again, just down here, 3 down here and 3 at the top here, but gold or silver. I don't really want to introduce a new colour. That's the only problem I have with that. So with the embellishments, okay, Kathy, no worries. See ya. I hope you have a good day. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, Deborah, knock yourself out, because I've cased the card, so it's not actually my design. I'm just putting my spin on it, that's all. It's going to look a little bit different to the original. You reckon gold, Christy? Yes, I think you're right. Who else thinks gold? I wish we had some embellishments in this colour. Or copper. Oh, we got one stuck to the back. He's not supposed to be there. Okay, I'll just pick him up. One either side of the ribbon to bring it out. That's a good idea. Okay, Deborah says gold. Christy says gold. Anyone else want to chime in? Looks like it's going to be gold. So that is going to be that card. I think that's turned out lovely. Can you see the embossing on that? All right, well, let me stick all these down. Let's get all this on the card. Oh, let's try not that, Michelle. Okay. So I just wrap it around my hand, and the bigger I want it, the more I just stretch my fingers out. So, and like I've cut off a fair bit because I want a bit, there we go, that's better. I want a bit to show. So all I'm going to do here is just put a little bit of adhesive there and pop that end in and curl that end in. Where'd you go? Nope. Fine work going on here. Okay, like that. And it's meant to be messy. Yeah, beautiful. And that's just going to go over the top like that. And I'm thinking, put this up on dimensionals. What do you reckon? So what I might do first, what am I doing? I need snail. I'm going to put a bit of snail on this corner. And I'll just pick these guys up. One there. One there like that. Whoop, he didn't quite stick. Why not? You stay there. I might have to put a bit of snail over here like that. I think that bit broke. Oh, it did. We can't use him. I'll punch another one out. Okay. I've got a bit of fluff on there. Okay, I'm trying to... There we go. Okay, that's better. And the other ones will go down in the corner here. I need to punch another one out because, look, the end of him's gone. That one there, that's no good. So we'll just get another one. Easy peasy. And I'll put this one showing at the top and layer this guy on the bottom. Done. Right, now let's get some dimensionals. Oh, look at that. Looks like I need another sheet. Just as well, oops, I've got plenty. Where's my tweezers when I want them? On the floor. Always dropping things on the floor. You've got no idea. I'm such a klutz. That's why he didn't stick. There we go. Okay, I think he's going to stay now. With a bit of luck, I can get this done with the dimensionals that are on this sheet. I need any more. I seriously have a problem. You think you have to get the punch now. I'm definitely helping you put your list together, Sherry. I'm good at that. But I love the products. That's my problem. I love them too much. Oh, look at that. 3 left on that sheet, but don't despair. I do have more in stock. So the things I stockpile are snail, dimensionals, paper. Yeah, thanks. You're welcome. Anytime, no problem. Yes, here we go, girls, with the dimensionals. I am giving Bruno a run for his money. Oh, no, Bruno would probably, I reckon he'd still outdo me because he'd go, no, there's wasted space on there. You're not bunching them close enough together. And he'd probably use the minis and put on like 3 times as many as what I have. So for those of you that don't know, Bruno is Kylie's husband, and Kylie is my upline, and Bruno's got a bit of a dimensional addiction. Like, you thought I was bad. I've got nothing on him. Nothing. Oh. Okay, so, whoop, I think we missed one. That one. Just as well, I've got a couple of long nails left. Okie dokie. Put him straight on there. Ta-da! Okay. Oh, wow. That's actually turned out really neat. So I know the thread's not going anywhere. It will move around a little bit, but that's okay. And they're not going anywhere. They're stuck down. Okay. So now all I've got to do is put a few of these guys on, and I've got my paper piercer. So this will be much easier today. And I'm going to put some there like that. Okay, that's it. Done. Oh, thanks, Linda. Thanks, Belinda. Thank you, Deborah. There you go. Dunskies. Oh, we've got to do the back. Okay, let's get the paper piercer out. And now what colour for the back? I could use the green, which I think is Tranquil Tide. Thanks, Mumsy. Oh, thanks, Vicky. Thank you, Sandy. What colour for the back? Tranquil Tide is the green that coordinates with this set. Merry Merlot is that burgundy colour I was talking about. Or we could go this colour, the base, grey granite. I'm taking votes. Talk amongst yourselves. Tell me what colour you would like me to see. You would like to see me stamp the statement of the heart. Statement of the heart, Linda. Mum says green. So the Tranquil Tide. Yeah, I think green too, because 60, 30, 10 that I was saying yesterday, I'd have to say 60 is my grey granite. 30 would be, well, actually, it's a toss. 30 could be the copper, or it could be the Tranquil Tide, and I'd say 10 is the colour of the ribbon, the Merry Merlot. Oh, Belinda says grey granite. Oh, Linda says copper embossed. Mummy says green, so it's green. Oh, no, now I've got to choose. I'll get in trouble if I don't go with what Mum says. All right, no, we'll do it Tranquil Tide. Do it Tranquil Tide. Yep, I do what Mum says. Trust me, it's safer. Oh, it's funny. Okay, give it a good tap. And that's a juicy pad, so, ooh. I've got bits in there. Nope, don't like that. I think I'll get bits where I don't want bits if I stamp with that. So excuse me while I clean that and start again. I pressed it too hard in the ink pad and I got ink where I shouldn't have ink. Round one to Mum. Yep. Actually, I did what Mum said yesterday too. When have you ever done that? All the time. Stop picking on me. Okay. Here it goes. Oh, good choice, Mumsy. Come on, you've got to give her credit. That actually looks lovely. Well done, Mum. Mum saves the day. I think grey granite would have looked really nice too, but I just like a colour that pops. I could have embossed it, but I'll do that next time. I'll do that next time. But the copper emboss on the back would look lovely too. Okay, my sticker on the back. Voila, look at that. Done. A gorgeous Christmas card with a bit of everything. We've punched, we've stamped, we've die cut, we've used a bit of paper, we've layered, we've used some embellishments, some threads, some glimmer to bling it up. Yep, Mumsy always knows best. Just don't tell your mum I said that. Oops. I should have read that, not said it. But Mummy will go, yeah, well, totes agree. Thanks, Christy. Oh, thanks, Deborah. Yes, I have those made Vistaprint, and I have them made up, I think, 1,000 at a time. And they come on a sheet like this, and they're specifically just for the backs of my cards. And as you can see, I've gone with sort of a coppery theme on those. So, yeah, I do something different every time. I think when I've run out of these, I'll probably design new ones and go for something completely different. So, yeah, just personalise it to make it mine. There you go. We've done another card, and Belinda, it is Vistaprint. Yes. Mum is the student of the day. Yes, she is. Mum's very good with helping me out and opinions, and I said, oh, what do you reckon? And yes, she's great for that. Okay. So the thread's going everywhere, but you know what? That's okay. All I've got to do is put an insert on the inside, which, here's some I prepared earlier. I actually cut some last night, and I've cut these to 3.75 by 5 inches, and I'll just place that down. I don't normally stamp anything on the insides of my cards. I use that for writing, or when I make cards for people and I give the cards to them, I just say, look, the inside's completely clear, so there's more room for writing. People can write their own sentiment, you know, sentiments on the outside. I don't particularly need to put anything on the inside. And if I had a little bit of that paper, or I could use that stamp set for something in the corner, but I might think about that. Or I could put a strip of this down the bottom. Who knows? I'll work it out. But I'm really happy with how that that finished up. So it was so great to craft again with you guys today. How awesome. Put a dot on either side of the oval. No, I reckon I've got enough on there at the moment, I think. I'll just quickly see what it looks like. Okay, hang on. Oh, actually, that looks really nice, Belinda. That looks really nice. I don't like to overdo it with the embellishments. I thought it might have been too much, but no, that actually looks really nice. Thank you for that. That's finished that off lovely. Last minute suggestion from Belinda. So I hope I've helped you with the embossing, Belinda. Practice makes perfect. Get yourself a Versamark pad. Pop that on your next order. Okay, you said you've got everything, and if you need me to show you again, I'm more than happy to do another video. So if anyone wants to see anything in particular, seeing as I love this live video crafting session now, you don't have to ask me twice. I'd be happy to do one for you if it's a technique that I know how to do. If it's not, I don't know a lot of technical techniques, but you know what? I'll give it a go and we can learn together. So I'm going to go and tend to my animals and do some jobs and then hopefully crank out some more Christmas cards this afternoon. If you've stopped in to say hello, thank you very much for joining me. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for helping with the card again. All those people that have chipped in and helped, I appreciate it. Thank you, Chris. Oh, thanks, Mumsy. Deborah, you like the dots on the ribbon? Yeah, me too. You're very welcome, Belinda. Uru, Linda. Oh, Angie. I'm glad you're here. I'm just about to go, but I'm so glad you've popped in. Okay, Angie was watching my video. I'm just going to put this to one side. Angie was watching my video from yesterday on replay, and she was making a few comments. And one thing Angie taught me is something else about this chamois, his Stampin' chamois. Thank you very much, Angie. I appreciate it. Oh, thanks, Sherry. Thank you. Yeah, I don't mind. I love it. It is fun. Yeah, that's okay, Chris. All good. That's what I like about the live videos is, you know, you can watch them later when it's convenient. Angie said to me, because I was talking about, I learned that if you store it, someone told me if you store it wet, it goes moldy. Okay, Angie came along and said, sort of. If it's stored in an airtight container, wet, it will go moldy. Because the cases, because I've just put them in the stamp cases that you can buy from Stampin' Up, pack of 4, these aren't airtight. So if I was to store that wet, it won't go moldy. So there you go. That explains why. Just before I went away, I had been using it and it was really wet and I closed the case. When I came back, I opened it up and it wasn't moldy. There was no smell or nothing, but it had completely dried up. So that meant the air was getting to it and all I needed to do was just, it was like a cracker biscuit. I think if I had, it was that dry and that hard. If I had gone like that, I would have snapped it in half. So I just stuck it under the tap and wet it again and it was fine. So there you go. I just thought that was really interesting. So thank you very much for sharing that with me, Andrew. So here I was panicked that if I didn't dry it out after every use, storing it in here, it was going to go moldy. But no, it's not airtight. So that doesn't matter. So I was really happy about that. Okay, I'm going. Thank you very much again, everybody. This card is gorgeous. I will put this up on Hello Day. Probably won't be today because I've actually got another card to put up this afternoon. One that I got made yesterday afternoon that I haven't showed you. So that card will go up at 3 today. And this one and its supply list will go up either Thursday or Friday or Saturday. I've got a few cards to put up now because some of the cards I sent out last week and over the weekend are starting to be received. So those cards that have been received by those people, I can start showing those now. So check back in every day at 3 o'clock to see the daily card, and I hope to share another live card making video again with you real soon. Happy hump day. I hope you all have a lovely day and you find some time for crafting. Take care. See you soon. Bye.